In the last video, we talked about how to gather input. Now that we're gathering input, we may not always know what we've put into our variables because that input could be coming from anywhere. So if we don't know what's in our variable, we might not know what type of information it's storing. So for example, first name right now is storing a string, but we also mentioned that there are other types of variables. So we could say, I'm going to call this variable my var. And if I type the keyword true, then it would be holding a Boolean. If I type the number 8, then it's holding an integer. If I type 8.8, now it's holding a float. So we talked about many different types of variables. So how do we know what's being stored in a variable that's coming from outside input? Um, One of the ways we can do this is using the keyword type of. So we are gathering username. So if we want to know the type of username, we'd say type of username. Right now, what I've typed won't do anything. It'll determine the type of username, and then it won't do anything with it. If we want to show that information, then we need to use one of the output um, methods that I showed you prior. So we could say, let's alert the type of username. So it's going to take the username, figure out what type of variable it is, and then alert it. So if we save this and we come over here, it says, and I'm going to reload the page. So we'll reload the page and it says, what is your username? And we'll say, I am Batman. And it says the type of information there is a string. So the information we got back from the user is a string. So let's close that. And now we'll come over to Visual Studio Code. Um, let's create another variable here. We'll call this, say, let my name equal, or sorry, let happy equal true. And we're going to say, let's see what type of variable happy is. So I've created a new variable. It's called happy. It's a Boolean. And so when I show this alert message, I should see a Boolean. Because we're not using username right now, I'm going to comment it out. You could put 2 slashes in front of it, or you could just click into the line that you want commented and hit Command/ or Control/ if you're on Windows and save that. Now, if we come back over here, it pops up a message and says, this is a Boolean. If we change this variable to age and we put it as 8 and we say, what is the type of age? If we come back over here, we can see the age is a number. Well, fantastic. This type of is showing us what is being stored in a variable. So let's go back and let's see what's in username. So we're going to save our code, come back over, and for our username, we're going to enter the number 8 and hit OK. Interesting. It said that the number 8 is a string. And that is correct. Anytime you gather information using the prompt input, it returns it as a string. So this prompt input says, what is your username? They enter the information, and it is the equivalent of typing, in quotes, 8. And this is a string. Remember, to be an integer, it needs to not have the quotes. Everything that comes back from a prompt is a string. Sometimes we need to work with it like it's a number, like age. And so in order to do that, we need to convert, which will be the topic of our next video. In summary for this video, you use the keyword typeof to figure out what type of variable you have when you don't know. And that concludes this video. Thanks for watching.